So ngayong alam niyo na kung ano-ano ang iba't ibang klaseng chemical bonding, iba't ibang types of chemical reaction. So ngayon naman ay matututunan natin kung paano ba mag-balance ng chemical equations. Balancing chemical equation involves the addition of stoichiometry coefficients to the reactants and products. So again, sabi dyan ay involves the addition of stoichiometry coefficients. No? Sa reactants man at saka sa products din. This is important because a chemical equation must obey the law of conservation of mass and the law of constant proportions. The same number of atoms of each element must exist on the reactant side and product side of the equations. So, meaning, ang balancing chemical equation ay process na nag-e-ensure na ang ating number of atoms ng each element on the same both sides, no, reactant or and product sides of the equation. So, no, same number of atoms of each element. So, nabanggit dyan na the equation must obey the law of conservation of mass. Ano ba pag sinabing law of conservation of mass? It states that mass is neither created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. Ano? So, ano ibig sabihin nun? This means na yung total mass, ng reactants, bago man maganap ang reaksyon, ay dapat na parehas pa rin or equal pa rin sa total mass ng ating product after ng reactions. Okay? So, the law explains why chemical equation must be balanced. Kasi by balancing an equation, you are simply accounting for all the atoms of each element to ensure that the same number and type of atoms exist on both sides of the equation. Okay? At nabanggit din dyan yung law of constant proportion, also known as law of definite proportion. So sabi naman doon na a chemical compound always contains exactly the same proportion of elements by mass, regardless of the compound source or method of preparations. So si law of constant proportions ay by mass. So ano bang ibig sabihin nun? So example, water, water natin is always composed of 11.19% of hydrogen and 88.81% oxygen by mass. No? So, maging yan man ay tubig na galing sa ilog, sa faucets, sa laboratory, sa swimming pool, yan man ay yellow na natunaw na naging tubig, So yan, ang mass ratio ng hydrogen to oxygen niyan ay always 1:8. No? So this law ay governed strictly sa kanyang biomass. Okay. At meron daw tayong two quick and easy methods of balancing a chemical equations. We have the traditional balancing method and algebraic balancing method. So, unahin natin yung traditional balancing method. Okay. Step 1, the unbalanced equation must be obtained from the chemical formula of the reactants and the products, if it is not already provided. So the chemical formula of propane is C3H8. It burns with oxygen, O2, to form carbon dioxide, CO2, and water, H2O. And the unbalanced chemical equation can be written as like this. So again, kaya tayo ay nag-aral kung paano mag-naming, kung paano bumasa ng mga elements, kung paano magkaroon ng types of reactions, Kasi magagamit natin yan dito sa balancing. What if ang given ay ganyan, statement, problem statement, So tayo ang gagawa nito. So, gawin natin siya ng separate. Yan. So, sabi nga, si propane daw, which is C3H8, burns with oxygen and will form carbon dioxide and water. So, yan. Ito ang ating step 1. Ano? Yan. At yan ay unbalanced. Meaning, hindi pa yan balance. Okay? So, on step number 2, the total number of atoms of each element on the reactant side and the product side must be compared. For this example, the number of atoms on each side can be tabulated as follows. Okay. So, gawin din natin ito. Kung ano man nakalagay dito, gawin din natin. Okay. Mag-umpisa tayo kay carbon. Itapat natin mismo. So, ito ang reactant. Since ito naman din talaga ang reactant side, ano. Tapos, ito ang kay product side. Yan. Ngayon, carbon muna. Ilan ang carbon na nakikita nyo dito sa reactant side? Ito ang reactant side, ha? Ayan. Diba? Tatlo. So, lagay natin tatlo. Plus yung tatlong yun ay galing dito kay propane. Okay? How about sa product? Ilan ang carbon na nakikita nyo? Ito yon, which is isa. Yan. Isa. Okay? Ngayon, ang sunod natin ay isunod natin ang hydrogen. Ilan na nakikita nyo ang hydrogen dito? 8. Okay? Sa reactant, meron siyang 8 na hydrogen. Sa product, ito lang, ano, which is 2. Ngayon, next naman is oxygen. Ilan na nakikita nyo ang oxygen dito? Ito lang. Which is yan ay 2. Dito naman sa product side, ilan na nakikita nyo na oxygen? So, ito, 2, plus ito, isa, ay di 3. 2 galing kay CO2, at isa galing kay water. So, 3. So, kita nyo naman, no? Compare natin. Carbon, 3, 1. Hydrogen, 8, 2. Oxygen, 2, 3. So, hindi talaga siya balance, eh. Ano? Wala man lang nagkaparehas na element na number of atoms sa kanya. Balik tayo kay... So, nagawa na natin yung step number 2. Ang next naman ay step number 3. Now, stoichiometric coefficients are added to molecules containing an element which has different number of atoms in the reactant side and the product side. The coefficient must balance the number of atoms on each side. Generally, the stoichiometric coefficients are assigned to hydrogen and oxygen atoms last. Now, the number of atoms and elements in the reactant and product side must be updated. It is important to note that the number of atoms of an element in one species must be obtained by multiplying the stoichiometric coefficient with the total number of atoms of that element present in one molecule of the species. Yan. So, yung madami kong sinabing yon, ano, ibig sabihin lang nun is magdagdag daw tayo ng stoichiometric coefficient, no, sa kada element. Unahin muna natin si carbon. Na kung ano man yung idadagdag nating stoichiometric coefficients na yun, eh di syempre yun yung dapat na magbabalance sa kanya. Ano? So again, unahin muna natin si carbon. So ang nakalagay dyan, for example, when the coefficient 3 is assigned to carbon dioxide molecule, the total number of oxygen atoms in carbon dioxide becomes 6. In this example, the coefficient is first assigned to carbon as tabulated below. So gawa tayo ng atin. Sulatin ulit natin. Okay. Lagyan ulit natin dito, carbon. Again, ito ay ano ha? Dito, reactant. Then, product. Okay? So, ngayon, ang sabi, lalagyan daw ng 3 dito. So, bakit? Kasi nga, 'di ba? Last kita nyo, ang original na number natin ng carbon ay 3. So, 3 dyan. Dito ay iisa. So, para ito ay maging 3 din, kailangan mo siyang lagyan dito ng number of stoichiometric coefficient na 3. So, ngayon, pag nilagyan mo niyan, ang carbon na natin ngayon ay 3 or 3. Okay. Ngayon, kailangan natin din baguhin yung iba. Kasi, naapektuhan na yan ng paglalagay natin. Yung oxygen natin, naapektuhan na yan ng paglalagay natin ng ah, bagong, okay, lagay natin dyan, hydrogen. So, si hydrogen, 8 pa din, ano, walang nabago sa kanya. Dito, wala pa rin nabago sa kanya, 2 pa din. Pero si oxygen, dito ay 2 pa din. Pero dito, si oxygen ay 3. Kita nyo, 3 times 2, naging 6 na siya dito. 6 siya dito. Pero meron pa siya dito. Huwag niyo tong kakalimutan. May plus. So, naging 7 siya. Ano? So, yan. Na-balance natin si carbon. Pero, may natitira pa tayong hydrogen at